This is a little spoopy because I'm looking at my camera right now and it's moving at like 60 FPS. Horrifying. Also, sorry about my hands. I was oh fuck. I got out of work at 5. I got home back at 5, so I haven't had time to take a shower. I've been working on this for a while. I've been sketching it every night when I have free time. So next one that I do for a live stream will most likely be just blank, unless I fucking space out and forget to do one. So my apologies in advance. Um, I'm probably going to, these are probably going to be very sparse because it takes me quite a while to actually get the energy to actually draw something. So that's one thing. I'll also be uploading. I'll probably record with my webcam. I'll probably record something. It'll be muted, and that'll just be a sped up one of me going from pencil to outlining to inking and or coloring, depending on what I'm going to do, whatever mood I'm in. So there's that. And let me just drop some links. All right, there we go. So I hope everyone's been doing pretty good today. Uh, I had a pretty rough day at work today. Concrete, wet cement. I'm sorry, wet cement all day today. Absolutely exhausting. Just up my hands. I'm not sure if you've ever worked with cement or concrete. It really does like to eat at your fingers. So I had to deal with that. So let's see. Okay, camera's working still. Sometimes it likes to fuck up. So I'm gonna have to try and keep an eye on that. So we are going to be using a well, it's not mirrored, so I'm sorry. G2, that's a 10. So basically, the ballpoint is a 1.0 millimeter. So you're going to have a very thick line. We're also going to be using a 0.7 or just a 0.7 G2 pilot pen. I really do like these. They leave nice, sharp, thick lines. They're a gel pen. I also have a G2 mechanical pencil, and we'll just be using Sharpie markers because I'm just going to be doing a black and white rendition. And let me open this up and pop out the chat just in case I get a comment, because you never know. Sometimes people will pop in. But yeah. Actually, I'm going to have to move you down a smidge. All right, awesome. Lighting's the best I can get because this shadow is my laptop. I have it sitting on the desk. I had to move it up so that way I have actual space, and I actually have a keyboard sitting right over here. So just sit back. I'm actually listening to the best of David Bowie right now. So if you want to listen to David Bowie while I'm drawing this in the background, you can just mute me right now. It's up to you. You can also just have it faintly playing in the background while you listen to me talk. I'm probably not going to be talking a whole lot. Drawing, I kind of zone out. It's just something that happens to me. It's actually a kind of a big problem that some people have had with me. So let's see. What song am I on, actually? Yes. Man Who Sold the World. So let me get my volume set up because I don't want my mic picking up my headphones playing the music. That'd be the best thing. Me fucking actually talking about shit and, I get slammed. So, here we go. So, we will do the ear. And yeah, I'm just going to go with the 10. Now, the reason why I like using the 1 millimeter over the 0.7 is so when I ink this with a marker or any kind of full color, like a felt tip, when it bleeds through the paper, because all paper bleeds, it's not going to bleed as badly. So if you're ever doing ink work and you have big spaces that you can outline first, I would use I'd use a 1 millimeter. I'd use a bigger ballpoint if you're using a pen. If not, I would say a 0.5 millimeter would probably be pretty good. Like if you're doing something like a Spider-Man or just a comic book character, because a lot of comic book characters have a lot of shadows. If you're doing the cross-thatching on the sides, though, I would go with a 1 millimeter or a 0.75 or a 0.7. Now, David Bowie is probably one of my favorite musicians. And I remember listening to, it may have been Life on Mars first, when I was a small fucking child. And I just fell head over heels in love with that song. And I believe I was with my aunt at the time when I heard it on the radio. And I asked her who it was that was playing. Yeah. I'm going to have to use a 0.7 because I have a piece right here that's too thin. There we go. You guys won't be able to see it fully. So, I moved, let me see. Oop. I forgot that here we go. So, right there. 0.7 is a little thinner than the 1 millimeter. Another problem that you're going to deal with if you're using a gel pen and it's a 1 millimeter or a 0.7, they don't dry instantly. So be extremely careful when you're doing your line art because you can smudge and smear all that wet gel ink right across and that'll just ruin it. So just be careful when you're doing stuff like that. Maybe that a little thicker. And I'll just fill that in. There we go. That way I will not fuck that up. So just going to keep using the 7mm because we're working on the ear, and we're going to want all the definition we can, and we're going to be using it a lot on the eye. So let's see. Get that done. I've been considering doing one of my very old friends, Dice, has been introducing me to a lot of artists that are on Twitch. And he has a few times, not a whole lot recently, that is, but he's advised me to go onto Twitch and do my art streams there. And I'm moving you guys with the paper so I need a better angle. So. I'm done with this. So we know that has to be black. And you might be thinking, well, you're an idiot. That has to be black. But you'd be surprised how many times I've screwed up something because I did not mark it. So don't follow in my mistakes. All right, gotta move you. I do not want to touch that ink. I'm actually going to color this in. There we go. Color that in. Probably could have used the G10. The G10 would, the 1mm would probably have been better to color that, but I can be kind of lazy at times, so. There we go. Now, let me see if there's anything going on. Nope. It's you and me. So, 0.7. And we're actually going to need the pencil for this one, because I need to define this ear a little bit better. Let's see. Ear curls in a little bit right there. And we'll have jawline tuck in a little bit right there as well. So 0.7. There we go. Now, we're going to color this in with the 1mm. Finish that off. All right. The that done. So, there we go. So done. We got this spot that we need to fill in, because that don't look like a full ear. So line up. Go. And we're going to use the okay. For some reason, the stream fucked up. That's fine. Wheel you this way. There we go. So we now have Bowie's ears done, ear done, not ears. So we're going to move you guys over this way, because now we're going to be working on his neck and collar. And once we do that, we're going to do the shoulder, do the rest of this collar, hit that, and then we'll finish it up right here along the jawline. We'll then start coloring this in first. Face so far. It's kind of difficult to is my thought process. So forgive me if you can't keep up. I do think cluttered. I have been asked multiple times by people, why do I use a pen if I'm just going to fill it in with marker? And I've already stated the first one, which is a bleeding problem with markers. The other reason is it lets me know where I have to go, like a coloring book. There we go. Let's see. Anybody in the chat? Not from what I'm seeing. So, like I said, that happens. So, now that we do that, I'm not liking this line that breaks the collar. So we're just going to jump over that for now. We're just going to cut it like that, because then that'll show the definition of the collar itself. And I have to move you guys a little over. Camera's still working. Yep. Awesome. Moving camera angles. And the camera's so perfect. I get to disorient you guys. Sorry about that. My way. Got moving to line some stuff up. So this is going to be black. It's fine to go over the line and just keep going. It also adds a sharper cut to what you're doing instead of just a hard stop. Wonder. Give me a second. Okay. Moon Age Daydream. All right. Well, the stream's still live, so my internet didn't fuck up. Also, welcome for viewers. If somebody's typing in the chat, I will get to it in a second. There we go. Always keep a spare piece of paper underneath. That way it'll cushion your, also, sometimes markers like to bleed a lot. Something like this where you're coloring in large, copious spaces. So that way you're not staining a table or a desk. There we go. There we go. Let me. Oh, hey, Dan. How have you been today? Now I'm going to move the camera again. And going against my rule that I was just telling you folks not to touch the ink, but give me a second. There we go. All right. I'm not liking this. That was a fuck up line on my part. So we're just going to fix it that way. And let's see. We're going to bring this up. Snap. Color that in, just in case the marker can't get to it, because we want to minimize the amount of bleed we're going to get off of this. So those lines as crisp as possible. There we go. we go. And that's going to get colored in. This is going here. Oop. Sorry about that, folks. Did not mean you to smash right into David Bowie's fucking neck, but see, color goes that way. Go. There we go. That. I'm surviving, Dan. Thankfully, you can't see my hands because they're too fucking up close, but I was dealing with concrete all day. Move this second sheet up a little bit. That way I don't dent my goddamn desk again. Here we go. Ooh. All right. Let me snap my fingers for a second because my hands like to cramp a lot when I'm doing shit like this. All right. Now, there we go. We need a 0.7 on this one. go. God damn. All right. Now, I'm going to gently and cautiously try to color it. There we go. And let me just color these corners in. Just get all of this shit in. 0.7. There we go. Back to the 0.10. There we go. I'm sure this looks like a clusterfuck, folks, but trust me, it'll all fit into place soon. And we're actually gonna just color this in with the pen. Now, comes the difficult part, or one of the difficult parts, because when you are inking with a marker, and I'm using probably one of the shittiest things you could probably use, Bic Market, keep a consistent line. So if you're going this way, as in horizontal, you need to consistently stay horizontal the whole way up the picture. So let me move you guys back up onto the perch. There we go. Hopefully you stay. So that's what we've gotten done so far. And when it's all inked on the bottom, you guys will actually see the details pop out. So we're going to do that right now. So, yeah, fuck it. That you guys can see it. And there we go. That should help. If you start hearing your marker squeak when you're doing a line, pull back and just do a smaller one. So now we're seeing the details kind of pop out. And then you just slide your paper back. It's always good, just in case, if you want to be extra careful, make a buffer line. And that right there, the very tip, is bleeding out. Same with that, but that's thankfully going to be black. So it's always good to kind of be careful. Now, the best way I can explain this is it's kind of like mowing a lawn. When you're mowing a lawn, you don't mow in different. If you want your lawn to look nice, you're not going to zigzag every which way. You're going to go up one way and then move over and come back down. And you're just going to keep doing that over and over again. So basically, it's kind of like that, I guess, would be the best analogy I can think of. I gotta put it over here for a second. Here we go. Get his suspenders / vest. Go. And let me check the chat for a second. Well, I'm glad you can see his face, Dan. You don't know how many times I've done artwork like this, doing black and whites, and people are like, what are you drawing?" And I'll show them the just the outline wireframe, not colored in yet, and they'll be like, "I can't see it." And it's like sometimes it's clear as day even to me. Sometimes if I haven't worked on it in a while, and I just have the wireframe, and I'll just be looking at it going, "What the fuck is this?" There we go. That's the bottom, the inside of the picture. Then we're going to have to color in the whole outside as well. So that's going to be a fucking glorious endeavor. So I'm just going to lightly do it just with the felt tip. There we go. Whew. Wonder. I'm going to experiment with something that I don't normally like to do. Save time. Save ink. Big Hondo. King size Sharpie. And I'm not sure if they are. This is why you always have. That's why you always have a backup just in case. All right, perfect. She's not dry. So let me put my shit there. I know these markers are these king size ones I have are over 2 years old now. I snagged them from work. I was working at a warehouse and they were just lying on the floor. I actually tripped over the first one I found, and I never saw anybody complain that I had it, so I was just like, fuck it. Oh. And these chisel ones, God, save so much fucking time. Just keep overlapping. If you ever do, just have a little bit overlap. Here we go. So we got. That was so much quicker than what it took to do that. Oh, awesome. Absolutely lovely. I just love it when shit fucking falls apart. Story of my life. Story of my goddamn life. I'm telling you. But yeah, that saved us a fuck of a time. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do a buffer line. Just pull that way with the king size. And then probably do a buffer line over the ear. Pull that out. And then we're just going to work on the jawline. Color that in with this. And then we're going to be practically done because the rest of the time is just going to be spent letting it dry so you can just, well, let me, because you guys aren't drawing this as well. If you are drawing this, awesome, try. But that'll give me time after it's done drying to erase all of the pencil outlines, classification of it, so I can keep tabs. So, yep. Move you guys over this way. And will she focus again? Ah, there we go. Always good to have the first stream, have the camera fall down a few times. Shows you how professional I am. There. Start the buffer line right now. Okay, we don't have to worry about it. It's time to do the neck. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to have to do it this way. So you guys are going to have to look at David Bowie upside down. Sorry. Well, sideways. He's going to be a little cockeyed. Pull that back just in case. There we go. And because of the chisel, we get some white spots we're going to fill in. There we go. So that's what we've gotten so far. Now, that's the 7. We'll take the 10. Yeah. Bam. One swift stroke. And there we go. Goddamn lighting. Because now for some fucking reason it wants to fucking saturate it. So give me a second. 7. And, oh, that's nice. Get the wire there. There you go. Now you guys can see a little bit better. And there we go. Keep that. And here, move you a little. Trying to get my eyesight to focus exactly where I want it. All right. Move the camera. There we go. So we have that. Let me, oh boy. Okay. Let me check the chat. Yes, he is, Dan. He is, in fact, smoking a Lucky Strike cigarette, the brand I like to smoke. Now, I'm going to need that. There we go. Jesus Christ. Pain in the ass, folks. Just gets harder and harder. There we go. go. That in. Go. Go. Buffer seems to be holding. So I'm not seeing any bleed-in. None. Awesome. Go that in. There. Go. Let me check the camera. Okay. Camera's still working. Awesome. Go. And the 1 millimeter. One millimeter will color in the rest. there. Keep that white right there and there. Okay. Now, back the camera up again. And hopefully it doesn't fall. While I line up his jaw. So there we go so far. And I'm going to line up the top right over here. So there we go. And I'm going to go like this angle to this side. And now we cover this. Go. And fucking king size out. There we go. Now we're just going to touch up the edges. Small ones we can just go down with. We don't have to actually go with the line. Now, I said earlier, I believe, that I was going to do this with the other one, but I think we're going to do that line on his collar. So, God damn it. That was my fault this time, folks. I accidentally clipped it with my pen. So, my bad. That was all my bad. And she's right there. All right. Stay this time. Shouldn't be clipping you again. That's too many times. That's bad luck. That's a bad sign for this endeavor. There we go. Just a fucking straight line, and you kind of just stretch it out to match the others. Not too bad. Once the pencil's removed, I might touch it up. Usually I don't touch up my line art because I'm a horrible artist like that, as some have said. And I actually need to color in that up there. Because I'm getting too impatient. And then once I'm done, I'm going to do exactly what Bowie's doing right now. Smoke a goddamn cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. It's absolutely fucking atrocious for you. All right. I went over the line a little bit. It's fine. Got a little too cocky. we go. This is one of the major reasons why I didn't really talk a lot on Blog TV. I usually get too focused in what I'm doing, and I just don't say anything. Yeah. Now, 1 millimeter again. And looks finished. Right up there, at least. Color that in. There we go. Highlight it. Once you start doing this kind of thing a lot, you'll start to pick up the pace. It's been quite a while since I've drawn. I think I drew back in February. I think that was the last time I drew. I know it's up here on the channel. Either late February or early March. And so that's the picture so Okay. Camera's not working. Here we go. Ashes to ashes. And I'll be listening to Heroes when I smoke a cigarette because every time I hear that, gotta light up. Let's see. So back it up. I will move markers out of the way. And we're going to need the 0.7 millimeter. And this is probably going to be the quickest I'm going to be moving. There we go. Just absolutely glorious. And I look up. This is a problem with me. This is why I can't have nice things like an actual, drawing video series that's live. Camera went out. As soon as I went up and I was like, there we go. Eyes done. Stream it. I had gotten booted out of the stream. So lovely.
Well, at least it ain't color in the eye. At least you guys get to see that happen.
It probably looks yeah, it looks really funky to you guys, but I can see clearly as to what the fuck I have to do right there.
There we go. Finish that up. There we go. Whew. Drawing eyebrows in black and white can be a fucking pain in the ass. Sometimes. If you're going for like a photorealistic sort of thing, instead of just a
Big black bar. There we go. Let me slam that fucking thing down. Because, my God, my hand hurts. And back it up a little bit. Hopefully the fucking camera will stay. Okay. All right. Bam. And there we go. We are fucking done, folks. Absolutely fucking done. And I need to sign it. Where am I going to hide the signature? Because I always hide my signature. Do I have a... I should have a 0.5 millimeter in here. Actually. There we go. 0.5. I've had this fucking thing for years. That's why it's got it's got a lot of fucking use out of it, though. No. Yeah. Can't even see my signature anywhere on this. Just blends right into the hairline. So there we go. Woo! Let's see. I have a RoboCop one that I need to finish. That one's in black and white. I also have I have a picture that I need to finish up for a friend of mine. Her birthday just came by. Heroes. I'm gonna need a full cigarette for this one. But I asked her what she wanted me to draw for her because I've drawn her a picture for the last birthday she had in 2015. So I have to draw I have to finish up Firefly from Batman. That's sitting in a pile of fucking unfinished stuff. What else? Mad Hatter. I actually have to start that one up. That's for Dice Man. The Preacher one for Belgian Dan. He asked me months ago, last November. I gotta finish that one up. I have that one a little touched up. I'm just gonna ink it, and then once it's inked on cam, I'll probably do that as a speed drawing. Once that's inked, then I'll color it. Have to do for Shadow Ninja, another YouTuber. He does music. So there we go. Feels so good. Feels so good being done. So I gotta get I got plenty of videos lined up for artwork just by itself, along with doing I have to finish my Final Fantasy Let's Play on stream, and then I have to do my Art the Lad live stream. That's gonna be an insane one. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I honestly don't. I also, Dan got KOTOR 2 to work. Weirdest fucking thing. Weirdest fucking problem. So I had it in windowed mode, and that started to crash. So it's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. So it finally started running. And I was like, awesome. I can finally sit down on my day off, relax, play some KOTOR 2, and just get those achievements that didn't unlock on my save. Because my fucking save file, I'm level 30. I have maxed out persuasion. That one actually clocked in, surprisingly. Everything else, though, didn't. I did almost every single thing. So I load up. I'm playing for a good hour. I'm on Telos still, so I started doing all that, and I was jumping back and forth between that and YouTube because I was watching YouTube. I was listening to podcasts while I was playing, and it allowed me to maximize the window, and it went full screen, and it didn't crash. So I was playing in full screen, and it worked perfectly fine. And after I'd say like 6 hours of playing it, and here's the funny thing: when I was escaping the Paragus mining facility, I got the Dance for Voga the Hutt achievement. Even though all I did was kill all the Sith troopers before they could get on board. And I got that achievement. I also got the fucking achievement for dancing for Voga the Hutt. So, no fucking skin off my teeth. That means I don't really have to do it other than to get the experience and I think to knock him out. So I can fucking steal his, get to Goto's computer. Fuck. So, hey, it's almost as funny as when I was playing Skyrim one time. I got both of the I got the full get every perk for the vampire and werewolf achievements when I first started playing it. Like my 4th or 5th time through. Like I had just escaped Helgen and it's like Master Vampire, Master Werewolf. I'm like, I don't use either, so I'll just keep on going. That's 2 free achievements. I'm actually wondering if I cheat. I have every Daedric item except for Namira's ring, the one where you have to be a cannibal. I'm wondering if I cheat that in, if it will count towards the 15 Daedric items. If it does, then that's cool. I don't like doing that quest line. It's, I don't know, just not my style, not my thing. Like I just ran in and started killing all of them. Like as soon as before the chick could even, because I was stealthing through the crypt, as soon as I heard her voice like the second time and I started sneaking up, I thought, oh fuck, it's a vampire, shot her in the forehead. That fucking quest line, it's like, you've completed the quest. And I'm like, oh, all right. And it's like, no, that's to get Namira's Daedric artifact. I'm like, well, fuck. So I was reading up on it and I'm like, oh, that's stupid. It's a bunch of cannibals. So lame. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream now that I've finished my cigarette and Heroes has ended. So thank you for coming, Dan. This was an impromptu stream. I just wanted to test it out and kind of start it up. So, yeah. You have a nice night, Dan. I'll probably just shoot you a message in the Skype group. So, talk to you later.